And a very pleasant Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College for this matchup between Brevard College men's basketball and Randolph College, season opener for the men's basketball team. So Tornadoes, a highly anticipated 2024-25 season opener, hosting the Randolph Wildcats here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. Tornadoes under the direction of head coach Lee Burgess in his 13th season at the helm of the Tornadoes men's basketball team. Also, Jaquan Casey making his Brevard College coaching debut, the assistant coach for the Tornadoes in his first season. Jaquan came from coaching basketball up in the big city, the Big Apple, New York City, Manhattan, and he's now here at Brevard College assisting Lee Burgess and the men's basketball program. Randolph College under the direction of first-year head coach Evan Key and assisted by Zamir Clifton, Roderick Williams, and Justin Dalton. So countdown towards Wildcats and Tornadoes. We're about 8 minutes away from the starting lineups being introduced and getting things started here at the Bosch. Let's look at the starting lineups. First for Randolph College. Number 0, Amari Gorham. Number 1, Jordan Phillips McLeod. Number 3, Evan Weehee. Number 11, Cole Perry. And number 13, Landon Wagoner. Some experience in Weehee, who's a graduate student, Perry, a graduate student, and Wagoner, a senior. Also Phillips McLeod, a senior. So 4 of the 5 starters for Randolph, either a senior or a graduate student. And there's a little bit of contrast in that with the Tornadoes. Talking to Lee Burgess before this matchup, the Tornadoes with a younger squad in a lot of ways, and for the first time in our memory, a freshman will be in the starting lineup in game 1 of this 2024-25 season. So making his Tornado debut, making his collegiate debut, freshman Brennan Wansley, 6'4" guard out of Buford, Georgia, part of that starting lineup. Charles Reed, the senior, will get the start as well. He wears number 3. KK Horton in his senior year will be part of that starting lineup, as well as Charlie Hester, the senior from Huntersville, North Carolina. Jaden Carnes, the junior, makes the start as well. But Coach Burgess indicated that we might see some other freshmen come off the bench as well in part of this rotation here for Brevard College, beginning with this season opener. Well, the Brevard College women's team, happy to report a 60-45 win over Bob Jones in Greenville last night. Big performance from Jada Petty-Wilkins in that one, breaking the 20-point barrier, and also 6 steals for Lexi Shepard, the senior for the Tornadoes. So great start for the women's basketball team. Men's soccer will play in the USA South Conference Championship game later today. That's a 3 o'clock start at Islamel Family Field. So a lot of fans will make their way from the Bosch over to Islamel Family Field for a USA South Conference Championship bout between the Tornadoes and the William Peace Pacers. Volleyball is at William Peace. We'll try to get you some score updates from volleyball. That's also a noon start this afternoon in their regular season finale. Football in a road matchup in USA South Conference play at NC Wesleyan. That's a big one for the Tornadoes, who are trying to keep their USA South Conference title hopes alive as well. And do want to give a shout-out to the cycling team. They're on their way to the Mountain Bike National Championships. They leave on Sunday. Make that Monday for an event in Bentonville, Arkansas next week. So that catches you up around the world of Brevard College Tornado Athletics, and we'll kick off the 2024-25 season with the tip-off of Brevard College versus Randolph College from the Bosch just moments away. Stick with us. So ready to roll here at the Bosch. Randolph starters, Gorham, Phillips McLeod, Weehee, Perry, and Wagoner. Weehee, by the way, averaged 21 points, as did, or check that, Weehee averaged 8.5 points last year, and Wagoner was the third leading scorer for Randolph. Cole Perry, part of that starting lineup as well, graduate student for Randolph. Brennan Wansley making his collegiate debut as part of the starting lineup in game 1 of the season as a freshman. Alongside Charles Reed, KK Horton, Jaden Carnes, and Charlie Hester. And we're about to kick off the 2024-25 season, and we tip off with Randolph with the opening possession. And we are underway here at the Bosch. Early basket there for Randolph. First possession of the 2024-25 season for the Tornadoes. Shot there by Wansley off the mark. Here comes Randolph College the other way. Perry to the hoop and makes the bank shot over Hester. A 4-0 lead for the Wildcats. 4-0, Wildcats on top. Horton down to Hester. Hester D'd up by Phillips McCoy. Hester up over Phillips McLeod for the bucket, 4-2. Tornadoes with their first points of the 2024-25 season. It comes by way of Charlie Hester. Carnes defending Phillips McCloy. Then well done by Charles Reed defensively, taking it away. And then Carnes on the fast break layup. The assist from Horton. Great work there. Defense becoming offense as Reed came up with the steal. Horton with the go-ahead pass and Carnes with the finish. 4-4, all tied up. And using the low post game, that's Amari Gorham, the sophomore from Yorktown, Virginia, with a bucket. Wildcats 6, Tornadoes 4. Carnes, beautiful pass, threading the needle there. Wansley's unable to convert the layup. And back the other way, here comes Randolph. Reed almost came up with his second steal of the game. And another whistle underneath. And that's going to be a foul on the Tornadoes. First foul of the contest. Charlie Hester is going to be nabbed with that first foul. So first personal on Hester, first team foul on the Tornadoes. Randolph will inbound again. Phillips McLeod. Extra pass there underneath, and then the finish from Gorham. He's looked solid near the rim. 8-4 Wildcats on top. So after the Tornadoes tied it up 4-4, 4 consecutive points by the Wildcats. Here's Hester. Carnes from downtown. It's good. Jaden Carnes buries the three, and the first three-pointer of the season for the Nados by way of Jaden Carnes. 8-7 Wildcats on top. Reed defending Perry. And the bucket there, the answer from Weehee, a three-pointer for the Wildcats. Reed now up ahead to Wansley. Reed. Horton. Carnes directing traffic. Here's Horton from downtown, off the mark. Rebounded there by Phillips McLeod. Phillips McLeod pushing some tempo suddenly. Now the Wildcats pull it back. And then able to find down low Wagoner for the finish. 13-7, largest lead of the contest for the Wildcats. Hester with the runner there. He wanted an and one opportunity, but nicely done from Hester. Randolph going back to work offensively. Bucket there, a three-pointer. As Jordan Phillips McLeod, senior from Johnson City, Tennessee, buries that three. A 7-point lead now for the Wildcats, their largest margin. Horton, Reed. Hester was looking for a cutting Reed, well defended there by Phillips McLeod, and there's your first timeout of the contest, a media timeout with 15:36 to play. Your score, Wildcats 16, Tornadoes 9. Back here at the Bosch. Tornadoes ball underneath coming out of the media timeout. Jeremy Posner has checked into the contest for the Tornadoes. Graduate student from Miami, Florida. Meanwhile, Hester from three, just off the mark, but there for the rebound and the finish. The putback by Jaden Carnes. Very nicely done. Carnes now with 7 points to lead all players on the floor, and then an offensive foul on Randolph. It'll be called on Maurice Davis, who checked in as a substitute as well. Davis, 6'6", out of Richmond, Virginia. And he's going to defend Carnes, who's 3 for 3 from the field, 7 points, and that last offensive rebound putback was outstanding. Hester with the three-pointer. It's no good. Back the other way, here comes Randolph. Gorham. Defended tightly by Hester. Hester is doing a really nice job pestering Gorham, but then a foul on Hester ultimately. Another sub for Randolph, Rayvon Graham has checked in. And for the Tornadoes, Drew Smith with his first appearance of this young season. A three-pointer there for Gorham. 7 points for Gorham, perfect from the field as well. Both teams shooting really well. Randolph with just one miss. 8 of 9 from the field. And the Tornadoes shooting a healthy 5 of 9. Takeaway there for Randolph. First turnover of the game for the Tornadoes, so that's a positive. Almost 6 minutes played without a turnover to open this contest. Wildcats 18, Tornadoes 11. Another sub coming in for Brevard. It's Twain Wilson. This will be his collegiate debut, also a freshman out of Columbia, South Carolina. And another sub for Randolph as well. Timothy James Jr., graduate student out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Salem High School. Both these teams playing like you would expect in the regular season opener for both teams. A lot of energy for both sides. And happy to report not too many mistakes, just one turnover per team. Double team down low defensively against Davis. Davis finds Perry, back to Davis, and Davis with the finish. So the big guys for Randolph getting it done. Wildcats now up by 9. A 5-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Have stretched their lead to the largest of the game, a whistle. And a foul there on Timothy James Jr. Marcus Scott checking in. Also Mustafa Diop. So Randolph going pretty deep into their bench in these early minutes. Turnover there for the Tornadoes. 20-11 your score, 13:29 to play, half number 1. Glad you're able to join us for this regular season opener for both these teams. Making things very difficult on James was Wilson. James able to recover it. 12 on the shot clock for Randolph. Runner there, taken down by Posner, and then a tie-up. Nice job by Marcus Scott getting in there as Posner brought down the rebound and forcing the jump ball. Possession arrow, Tornadoes. KK Horton will inbound some full court pressure from the Wildcats. Drew Smith brings the ball up the court. Posner. Here's Carnes. And a whistle there, and it's going to be a foul on Davis. Foul was on the floor. Darius Stewart checks in for the Nados. 6'5" forward out of Charlotte. Inbounds there to Wilson. Posner. Here's KK Horton. Horton trying to beat his man one-on-one and unable to convert. Some tough defense there. Looked like Marcus Scott might have gotten a piece of that layup attempt. Tornadoes have been stuck on 11 points for quite some time now, around 3 minutes. Meanwhile, ball taken away there. Here's KK Horton on the run, up ahead to Posner. Posner now is going to bring it back, and Horton will reset things. A whistle underneath. That's going to be another foul on Randolph. Their 4th foul as a team. Fouls on Scott. His first personal. Another substitute for the Nados. As Brock McKnight, the sophomore from Sparta, North Carolina, checks in. So seeing a lot of rotation in terms of lineup for both these teams early on, as a three-pointer there from Wilson misses. sitting on the next media timeout here as we go under the 12-minute mark. Here's Veroso, who's checked into the game, senior from Davidson, North Carolina. A little helter-skelter underneath the basket there, but the Tornadoes ain't able to come up with it. Stewart and Wilson getting it done defensively. Now Wilson will reset using Drew Smith. Smith hands it off to Posner. Posner, jumper there is good. It's true from Jeremy Posner. 2013, and that snapped a drought by the Tornadoes that went back all the way to the 15-minute mark, almost 4 minutes without a basket for the Nados. Desperately needed that from Posner. Finish there as Wagoner able to answer back. 22-13. McKnight brings it up for the Nados. Wilson. Nice backdoor cut there, and the finish by Brock McKnight. Great to see McKnight getting in on the action. And that's going to be a foul along the baseline on Posner, and that'll bring us to a timeout. Your score, Wildcats 22, Tornadoes 15, 10:31 to play, first half. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, season opener for both these teams, the Randolph College Wildcats against the Brevard College Tornadoes. Wildcats make the trip from Lynchburg, Virginia. And the Tornadoes will go back to work defensively here coming out of the media timeout. It'll be Randolph ball underneath after the personal foul on Jeremy Posner. 10:31 to play here, first half. Gorham, well defended there by Wilson. Very nicely done. Twain Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. As bringing the ball up the court is Drew Smith for the Nados. Smith. Here's Stewart. Posner in the low block. Swings it around the other way to McKnight. McKnight in and out on the three-pointer. Tornadoes playing with 5 players on the floor who have all come off the bench. Perry set to check in for Randolph. Meanwhile, turnaround jumper there in that low block by Wagoner. 9:35 and counting. Lead back to 9 for the Wildcats. Wilson went amongst the trees and blocked away by Gorham. Wildcats back the other way. McKnight able to come up with the steal. Bit of an errant pass there by Randolph at the same time. Here's Smith. three-pointer from Posner. It's good. Jeremy Posner drains the three-pointer, and the Tornadoes cut the deficit to 6. 8:45 to play. Nice job by Posner disrupting that pass. Meanwhile, Brennan Wansley checks back in for the Nados. He was part of that original starting lineup. Also, Phillips McCloyd, who made some noise early on, checking in for Randolph. And right on cue, here is Phillips McCloyd. No shot. And it's going to be an offensive foul, or actually might have stepped on the sideline there, out of bounds on Randolph. Tornadoes looking to narrow the deficit even further. A foul there, a reach-in foul on number 11, Cole Perry. First foul on Perry. Team foul number 5. Smith. Brennan Wansley. Back to Smith. Wansley from downtown. It's good. Three-pointer. And the Tornadoes have worked their way back to trailing by just 3 points. A 10-4 run, and have scored the last 6 points until that. 26-21 now, Wildcats on top. Posner. Wansley down low. Defended there by Weehee, and Wansley starting to come alive. He scored the last 5 points for the Nados. Posner defending Phillips McCloyd. Double team on the entry pass to Landon Wagoner in that low block. And that's going to be a foul on Brevard. We'll see who the foul's on. It's going to be on Brendan Wansley. His first foul. And that'll bring us to another timeout. 7:13 to play. Media timeout here at the Bosch. Wildcats 26, Tornadoes 23.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Bosch, Jordan Phillips McCloyd with 7 points. Also Jaden Carnes with 7. So those two players, your leading scorers. Wagoner also with 6 and Gorham with 6 for Randolph. (26-23) ball game here at the Bosch. Randolph has led the entire contest. The Tornadoes have worked their way back into this contest, trailing by 3. Foul there on Drew Smith. Team foul number 5. 7:07 to play. half number one, and then a foul before the inbounds pass is even made. Foul on Posner. Team foul number 6. And crafty play there on the inbounds by Phillips McLeod, and then he's able to draw a foul from Stewart. And that'll be free throws, as now 7 fouls. And Phillips McLeod to the line. That's his 8th point of the contest to lead all scorers. And here come a number of players from that original starting lineup for the Tornadoes. Reed and Horton and Carnes all checking in. Wansley in the game as well. So 4 of the 5 original starters in the game, along with Jeremy Posner for the NATOs. 9 points now for Phillips McLeod after that made free throw. 28-23. Here's Wansley on the move. A finger roll, no good. Carnes with the offensive rebound. That's his 2nd offensive rebound of the contest. KK Horton. Wansley from way downtown. It's good. That was NBA distance from Brennan Wansley, and the Tornadoes have cut the deficit to just 2 points. Wansley's come alive here. Shot there is good. Big time answer from Jordan Phillips McLeod. McLeod answers back. Charles Reed scanning his options. Over to Horton. Back to Reed. Nice job cutting to the basket after that rotation of the basketball. And then Reed is fouled. He'll be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Wansley with 8 points. After that initial breather, it's really come on strong here in these last few minutes. Charles Reed, what a career he's had for the Tornadoes. Back for his graduate student experience. Makes the first free throw. Just a hard-nosed defender, an outstanding asset in terms of that defense, but gets it done in a lot of the little ways as well. As that second free throw took a lap around the track, but fell off the cylinder. Drew Smith has checked back in for the NATOs. Randolph trying to get their half-court offense going. Phillips McLeod shoots up a shot. It doesn't hit anything. Back the other way. Here's Drew Smith. Smith to Reed. Reed finds Carnes. Carnes hands it off to KK Horton. Horton, step back. Just off the mark. Rebounded there by Liero. Right back to Liero. And taken away there by Reed. Right on cue. That's what we were talking about from Reed, the defensive prowess. Three-pointer there from KK Horton is good. KK Horton with a big three-pointer there. It's a one-point ball game, folks. And a foul there is going to be called on Wansley with 4:55 to play. And that'll be free throws for Randolph. 4th made three-pointers for the Tornadoes. That's been a big part of their success, especially in these last few minutes. And that last one from Horton, cutting the score to 31-30. Twain Wilson checks in now for Wansley, as he just picked up his second foul. At the free throw line, Landon Wagoner, senior from Martinsville, Virginia. And he banks that one home. Martinsville, Virginia, of course, famous for the NASCAR track, the Martinsville Speedway. Free throw there is good. So Wagoner hits them both. Checking in is Watlington, freshman from Newport News, Virginia. Randolph College, located in Virginia, certainly a big Virginia presence as you look up and down their roster. A few players from North Carolina as well, and also Tennessee and Ohio native, but the majority from the Commonwealth of Virginia. 4:50 to play here, half number one. Reed up ahead, defended by Graham. KK Horton trying to beat his defender one-on-one, takes it all the way to the hoop. Horton scored the last 5 for the Tornadoes. Senior from nearby Asheville. 4:25 to play in this opening half. Nice double team for the Nados, making Phillips McLeod pick up his dribble. Then he misses a three-pointer off the side of the backboard, and then an air ball from Wagoner. And then the other way, a finish by KK Horton. By the way, Charles Reed now with 213 defensive rebounds, 10th in the NCAA era here at Brevard College. And Brevard has taken the lead for the first time in this game, ahead 34-33. Great assault by the Tornadoes here at the Bosch. A 19-9 scoring run by the Tornadoes over the last 5.5 minutes really made the difference here as of late. Wansley, a big part of that, scoring all 8 of his points in the second half of this first half. KK Horton has 7 points, Jaden Carnes has 7, and Jeremy Posner has 5. Randolph has been led by Phillips McLeod with 12 points, Wagoner with 8, Gorham with 6. But what a strong 5.5 minutes or so for the Tornadoes, hitting the 3 ball, coming up with defensive stops, putting Randolph into some situations where they're just throwing up prayers. And the Tornadoes then capitalizing on some turnovers, fast break points, you name it. Really a solid few minutes for the Tornadoes, which have given Brevard College the lead for the first time in this contest. Randolph has led by as many as 9 points, and now the Nados ahead by 1. To the free throw line, Rayvon Graham, senior from right down the street from Randolph, Lynchburg, Virginia. Free throw up and good. So that ties it up for the second time in this contest at 34. We're tied at 4-4 way back in those opening minutes. Free throw there is good. Timothy James Jr. checks back in for Randolph. First-year student out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. KK Horton. Here's Reed. And before the shot, a foul there on James. So James actually made the shot off the backboard from 3, but the foul was on the floor. Now James to the line. Check that, Drew Smith to the line. Smith makes them both. Senior from Warrenton, North Carolina. And the Tornadoes back in the lead, 36-35. 3:25 to play. Carnes. Tough defense there on Weehee. Basket doesn't count, and if another foul as Weehee will head to the line. Reed with the foul, his first. Charles Reed making his presence known in that record book. A defensive rebound top 10 as Weehee converts the free throw. Second free throw off the back iron. Fight for the rebound comes into the hands of KK Horan. Under 3 minutes to play here at the Bosch. Horton. Here's Carnes from downtown. It's no good. Rebounded by Watlington. Graham running the point for the Wildcats. Defended by Horton. James from downtown off the front iron. Offensive rebound by Cox. Some hard play there between the two teams fighting for that loose ball, but the NATOs come up with it. Here's Horton. Horton. Reed down low. Stolen away by Graham. Graham. Pull up. No good. Randolph's gone cold offensively as the Tornadoes and Wildcats all knotted up at 36. Carnes, under 2 minutes to play. Three-pointer there is good, and another timeout for Randolph. Head coach Evan Key has seen enough as Twain Wilson and the Tornadoes continue their prowess. 39-36, NATOs on top of the Wildcats. Update from Brevard College football in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. NC Wesleyan 3, and Brevard has actually just tied the score with a field goal of their own. Hugo Taylor from 30 yards out has tied the score at 3-3, 9:58 to play in the second quarter. Tornadoes a must-win scenario there to stay in the USA South Conference Championship hunt. Meanwhile, Wildcats out of the timeout. Tornadoes D'ing up man-to-man. And nicely done there. Drew Smith up ahead. Here's Wilson. Wilson for two. The fast break layup for Wilson. And the Tornadoes, 41-36, have stormed ahead. Their largest lead, 5 points. Stolen away again. Reed just misses, gets his own rebound, just misses again, but then a foul. Great work there. Twain Wilson, a big hustle play, and then flipped it ahead to Reed, and then Reed kept the play alive. And Reed will head to the free throw line. 41-36 with Reed at the line. Tornadoes have scored the last 5 after this was knotted up at 36. And then make it 6 in a row for the Tornadoes, stretching that lead even further to 6 points. Some new bodies coming in for Randolph. Back to that starting lineup, Gorham and Phillips McCloyd back in. And the Tornadoes with another make off the Reed free throw. 43-36, Tornadoes with a 7-0 run, a 7-point lead. Three-pointer, but he stepped on the up. We'll see what the call here is. Yes, he stepped on the sideline. So the second time Randolph has made that turnover on that near sideline. Down to the final 40 seconds. It's been all NATOs late in this first half. KK Horton. Horton to Carnes. Carnes back to Horton. Was looking for Carnes in traffic. And then thrown away by Randolph after the Diop steal. So they turn it right back over to the NATOs. 23 seconds. Shot clock is off. Tornadoes can hold it to the final shot of this first half. 43-36. Brevard has been outstanding down the stretch here in this first half. Wilson down to the final 3 seconds of the half. KK Horton launches up a three. It's no good, and that'll do it for the end of the first half. But what a run by the Tornadoes late in this first half. A 7-0 run as the NATOs take the 43-36 lead into the half. Wansley led Brevard with 8 points in that first half. Carnes with 7. KK Horton with 7. And it wasn't that long ago that Randolph had a 5-point lead, 31-26. Well, the Tornadoes flipped the script over that last 6 minutes, now leading by 7. And great work by the NATOs down the stretch here. Stick with us. We'll have the second half. And before that, we'll bring you up to date with all the statistics. Meanwhile, one update from Brevard College football.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out at the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, Tornadoes with a 7-point lead. Really taking over things at the end of that first half and trying to keep that momentum going heading into the second half. Brennan Wansley in his collegiate debut, leading scorer with 8 points. Jaden Carnes and KK Horan each with 7. Carnes and Horan each with 4 rebounds. KK Horan also with 2 assists. Charles Reed with 3 block shots all in that first half, and that actually ties a single game school record in the NCAA era here at Brevard College. Meanwhile, Randolph, led by Jordan Phillips McCloyd, with 12 points. And we are underway here in this second half. And opening bucket there, 38-43 your score. Three-pointer there from Wansley, and he hit it. 11 points in his collegiate debut. He's hit 3 3-pointers. Reed defending Gorham. Gorham backing up Reed and finishes close to the hoop. Gorham with a size advantage and 6'6". Backed up Reed and was able to convert. 1 minute has elapsed here. In this second half, KK Horton. Carnes backs up from 3, it's good. Jaden Carnes now with 10 points, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And the Tornadoes lead by 9. Largest lead of the game for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes trailed by as many as 9 in that first half and then stormed back into the lead, taking their first lead of the contest and then coming up big down the stretch in that first half to take a 7-point lead into the intermission. Horton. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Wansley. Wansley. Great pump fake, fooling his defender. And a miss there. Taken away there by Reed. Reed up ahead to Wansley. Wansley, Euro step. Just missing. Carnes with the offensive rebound and the putback. Tornadoes ahead 53 to 40 rather. A 10-2 run and have outscored the Wildcats 10-4 here in this second half. A timeout by the Randolph bench, head coach Evan Key. Big time stuff there for the Nados. 17:45 to play in the second half. Back here at the Boshemer Gymnasium, the Tornadoes on a 10-2 run. And the NATOs with that original starting lineup continuing here in the second half. By the way, that second unit for the NATOs very effective as Reed has come up with his fourth block, a NCAA D3 record here at Brevard College. KK Horton lost the ball there. Wagoner with the steal. And then the finish by Phillips McLeod, who's been quiet for a while. He was a big factor early in this contest, as 3 minutes have now elapsed here in this second half. Here's Hester. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Hester. Third foul on Hester. First foul in the second half for the NATOs. Jordan Phillips McLeod, defended by Reed. Now down in the low block there, and great defense by Horton. And that's going to be a turnover on Randolph. Cole Perry. And for Randolph, 11 turnovers in this contest. Tornadoes have done a great job protecting the basketball. 5 turnovers so far. Here's Carnes. Carnes to Wansley. Wansley. Jumper, good. 15 points for Wansley to lead all scorers. What a college basketball debut for the freshman. Going up to try to slam it home was Gorham. Wansley got in the way. He missed the dunk, but then Randolph comes up with the offensive rebound, and Weehee makes the NATOs pay from 3. 10-point lead for Brevard. Wansley, nice pass there. KK Horn, corner 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Scott. Three-pointer there from Phillips McLeod, in and out. Reed hustling for the rebound, and he's fouled in the process. It's going to be a foul on Wagoner. And that'll bring us to a timeout with 15:29 to play in the second half. Tornadoes 55, Wildcats 45. Update for Brevard College football from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Tornadoes 10, NC Wesleyan 10 at the half. A must-win situation for Brevard College football and all knotted up at the half in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Meanwhile, here in Brevard, North Carolina, at the Bosch, Tornadoes with a 10-point advantage over the visitors from Randolph College. Here's Carnes. Carnes to Hester. KK Horton trying to shake his defender. 7 on the shot clock. Wansley for 3. It's good. Oh my, 18 points for Brendan Wansley. And the Tornadoes now ahead by 13. And then Wansley pokes it away. Great job defensively. Combination of Horton and Wansley. And Reed is going to run the offense, slows things down a little bit for the Tornadoes. Hester to Wansley. Here's Horton. Horton. 12 on the shot clock. Wansley, nice pass to Horton. Horton underneath and good. 60-45. Tornadoes by 15. They trailed by as many as 9 in the first half. A 24-point swing. Three-pointer there, no good. And a late whistle and a foul. And actually no foul called on that collision along that near sideline. So sort of interesting there. Charles Reed doing a lot of the little things. 3 rebounds. 4 block shots. A steal and an assist. And Brennan Wansley now 18 points. Carnes also in double digits with 12. Phyllis McLeod's led the way for Randolph with 14. Wagoner has 10. 14 minutes to play here. Three-pointer is good. Phillips McLeod now with 17 points. Watch out for that Wildcat. If Phillips McLeod comes alive, Randolph can make up ground in a hurry. He was a big factor early on when Randolph built a 9-point lead. Rebounded there by Horton. Second chance opportunity for the Nados. 5th offensive rebound of the game for Brevard. Reed. Down low, fighting for the rebound. It'll end up in the hands of Gorham. And then a whistle. And that's going to be a foul on Reed. Both teams playing really hard. You're seeing a lot of effort from both teams. Love to see this in the first game of the regular season for both squads. 60-48 your score. Second foul on Reed, second as a team. Drew Smith has checked back in. Now, Drew Smith in that first half in the plus-minus category, plus 12. So, in other words, the Tornadoes with a 12-point advantage with Smith on the floor. A turnover there. Wansley came up with it. And the Tornadoes continue to make things difficult on that defense of Randolph. Smith. Carnes. Beautiful cut from Wansley and one. Wansley now hitting the 20-point plateau. A beautiful pass from Jaden Carnes for his 3rd assist. What a cut from Wansley and the finish. And one in the process. 62-48, and Wansley with 20 points now in his Brevard College and NCAA debut. Misses the free throw, but 20 points for Wansley. And back the other way, Gorham with the quick finish off the free throw miss. 62-50, Tornadoes lead by a dozen. Smith. And it's going to be a palming violation on Smith. So Tornadoes have done a nice job protecting the basketball. But a turnover there a palming violation. You don't see that too often. And a 7th turnover of the game. Wansley takes a breather with 20 points as Twain Wilson checks in. And it'll remain Randolph ball as Tornadoes were swarming the Wildcat offensive attack. 12 minutes, 12 seconds to play here, second half. Tight defense from Twain Wilson on Phillips McCloy, gets the crowd on their feet. And then Posner with some tough defense and a shot clock violation on Randolph. Really nicely done by the Tornadoes on the defensive side. Outstanding defense from the likes of Twain Wilson and Jeremy Posner and the Tornadoes as a team. With 11:57 to play, it'll be a timeout on the floor, a media timeout, and we will head to the break. 62-50, Tornadoes on top.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Tornadoes able to break the press of Randolph coming out of the media timeout. Here's Posner from three. It's no good. Fight for the basketball. KK Horn coming up with the loose ball into Posner, and Posner will get a trip to the free throw line. Tornadoes really bringing the energy here on this season opener here at the Bosch. So Jeremy Posner will head to the line. First free throws for Posner in this 2024-25 season. First free throw is good. Graduate student out of Miami, Florida, Nova Southeastern University School. Stewart and McKnight both check in. This second unit for Brevard was a big part of that spark in that first half. And big individual effort there from Gorham. He now has 12 points. And one opportunity for Gorham. Gorham out of Yorktown, Virginia. The foul's on Darius Stewart. Free throw's good. 63-53, a 10-point ball game here at the Bosch. Final 11:34 to play. Here's Posner. From downtown there was Smith. No good. Down low to Davis. Well defended by Stewart. And here's Wilson. Posner. Smith. Handoff there to Wilson. Wilson from three. It's no good. Rebounded by Phillips McLeod. Phillips McLeod on the move, and he'll go to the line. Stewart thought he had position. Continues to hold both of his hands up as he felt like he was there and in position and hands straight up, but Phillips McLeod able to draw the foul. Tornadoes need to be careful. Wildcats on a little bit of a run. As Phillips McLeod drains that free throw. 63-54, so back to single digits. And now a 7-0 run for the Wildcats. 63-55. Smith. And the Tornadoes able to break the press effectively. That was McKnight playing it forward. Stewart from downtown. It's no good. And on the moves, Randolph. Posner with the rebound. Phillips McLeod might have rushed it a little bit there. Tornadoes desperately need a bucket to stop this scoring run by Randolph, who's cut the lead to 8. And a steal there for the Wildcats. And then a foul by Smith, who was defending Gorham. Gorham's a tough ask for a defender. And Smith with that current assignment. Some subs coming in for Randolph, and Randolph trying to continue this push, currently on a 7-0 run. McKnight D'ing up Graham. The two number 5s going at it. Three-pointer, and he's fouled in the process. That's going to be 3 free throws as Stewart fouled Veruso. And 3 free throws, and the Wildcats have a chance to chip away even further on what once was a 15-point lead for Brevard College. First of 3 free throws is good. And he makes all 3 free throws. So the lead has been shaved down to 5 points. Some trap defense, a 10-1 run for the Wildcats. Tornadoes need to generate some offense. It's been a long time since the Nados hit a field goal. Smith, Stewart from 3, top of the key, it's good. Just what the doctor ordered. And that was number 14 who just checked into the game with that 3. Justin Gudelak. My apologies. I said Stewart, but it was Gudelak for 3. He had just checked in for the first time, his collegiate debut, and just in a matter of seconds able to drain the three, and at a crucial time. As up ahead, here's Wilson. Wilson to Gudulak, and he'll go to the line. Gudulak, the freshman from Elberton, Georgia, Athens Academy, and talking about providing a spark. We had not seen him all game. He suddenly arrives here with over 9 minutes to play in the second period. It was all Randolph, and then he hits a three and now draws a foul, heads to the line. He scored the NATO's last four. And another free throw here. Hester checks back in for the NATOs. He makes both free throws. So last 5 points from Justin Gudulak. Big time debut, just like Brennan Wansley. These freshmen have arrived here at Brevard College. 8:50 to play here, second half. Hester. D'ing up Gorham. And then the rebound into the hands of Gudulak. Gudulak loses the ball on the double team by Randolph. A little bit of a helter-skelter form of basketball these last 30 seconds or so. Down low's Gorham. Gorham, turn around. Rebounded by Hester. And then a foul on the floor. Smith is fouled by Veruso. Team foul number 5 on the Wildcats. 8:13 to play here in the second half. Charles Reed is checked back in. Same with KK Horton and Charlie Hester. So 3 of the original starters in the game, along with Twain Wilson and Gudulak. Reed. KK Horton for 3. It's no good. Rebounded there by Weehee. And then Weehee pulls up for a long 3, missing. 7:33 to play. Hester. Horton. Tornado's able to keep it alive. Hester, nice pump fake, takes it to the hoop himself. Well contested there. Wagoner comes up with the play. 7:10 to play here in the second period. And Veruso claims he got fouled, but it was an air ball. And that'll bring us to a media timeout here with 7 minutes to play in the second half. 68-58. Tornadoes on top by 10. Back here at the Bosch, 7 minutes to play here in the second half. Tornadoes leading by 10. Brennan Wansley, the leading scorer for the Nados, back on the floor. Here's Reed. Hester. It's KK Horton down low. Just looking for Wansley. And turnover by Brevard. It's going to be Randolph ball. Now obviously a critical juncture here. 10-point ball game. 6:30 to play. As Carnes getting ready to check in for the Nados. And a tip in and an and one. So Landon Wagoner back down his defender. Knocked him to the floor. This is Wansley, and then missed a shot, able to tip it in, get fouled in the process, and one opportunity. And chance to cut the deficit for Randolph to 7 points. And he does exactly that. 13 points for Wagoner, who wears number 13. Gorham has 13, Phillips McLeod 19. Wansley leads the Tornadoes with 20. Carnes has 12. 6:09 to play here in the second half. Carnes. Looking for Hester, but unable to connect. It'll be a turnover on Brevard, who late in this second half, this has been a bit of a problem for the Tornadoes. Now with 11 turnovers. Reed D'ing up Phillips McLeod. Here's Horton D'ing up Graham. Now Wansley switches on to Graham. Able to find the big man open down low, Wagoner. He's scored the last 5 for the Wildcats. 15 points on the game. And suddenly, just like that, it's a 5-point ball game, folks. Here's Wansley from 3. It's good. Just what the doctor ordered. 23 points. His 5th three-pointer. 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. What a debut for Brennan Wansley. And then Wansley commits the foul, and that'll be 3 free throws the other way for Weehee. It's the second time Weehee's had one of these opportunities. 3 free throws. Fouled in the act of shooting the three-pointer. So 3 shots coming here. Eight team fouls on Brevard now. So Randolph's in the bonus as well. Free throw there is good. Weehee with his second of 3 free throws. It's good as well. And Weehee makes all 3 free throws. Randolph's been excellent from the line. 16 of 17 from the charity stripe. Tornadoes 8 of 11 in that department. Here's Reed. 5 minutes to play and counting. Carnes from 3. It's no good. And a foul underneath. And that'll be 1-1 as Randolph's in the bonus now. Wagner will head to the line. Foul was on Hester, his fourth. Randolph taking advantage of these free throw opportunities. Opportunity here to cut the Tornado lead to 3 points. Brevard led by as many as 15 here in this second half. And free throw's good. So a 3-point ball game. 4:35 to play here in the second half. KK Horton. Reed. Here's Hester. Hester taken to the hoop, and a foul there. Wagner thought he had a clean block, but must have gotten Hester somewhere in the process, so Hester will head to the free throw line. First free throws for Hester in this 2024-25 season. Well, folks, stick around. Brevard College will host the USA South Men's Soccer Championship at 3 p.m. We'll have that broadcast for you here on this YouTube channel, or if you're in the area and want to come on down to Islamel Family Field, be exciting times. Brevard versus William Peace Men's Soccer Championship, 3 p.m. today. Hester drains both free throws. .4:15 to play. 5-point ball game. Carnes defending Graham. Wansley able to get in the passing lane on that underneath wraparound pass. And the foul's going to be on Randolph in the process. Great job by Wansley to get position there. And timeout on the court. It was a Brevard timeout. So with 3:58 to play, Brevard leads Randolph 73-68. Brendan Wansley at the line, 23 points, 9 of 3 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3, and now making his first free throw as a Brevard College Tornado. What a debut. Now 24 points for Wansley. Free throw up, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats. 6-point lead for Brevard. Under 4 minutes to play. And an and one opportunity. Phillips McLeod with the finish there. Now with 21 points. So Wansley, the big highlight for the Tornadoes offensively. Phillips McLeod has been lethal at times for Randolph. Perfect from the free throw line, 4 of 4 thus far. Make it 5 of 5. Randolph has just been tremendous from the line. (20 of 21 from the free throw line, Randolph. Over 95%. And whistles, we'll see what the call is here. So basket counts. Just a court issue. And gets the thumbs up from the referee that everything's safe and ready to be played on here at the Boshamer Gymnasium. 5-point lead for the NATOs. Carnes. Now Wansley switches on Weehee. Crowd getting into it here at the Bosch. Weehee from 3. No good. Rebounded by Reed. Under 3 minutes to play. Backdoor cut there. Hester with the finish. Beautiful pass from Charles Reed. And the finish by Hester. A 7-point lead for the NATOs. And stepping out of bounds, it'll be Brevard ball. Another turnover for Randolph. That's their 17th. Tornadoes ahead by 7. .220 to play. Reed. Head coach Lee Burgess instructing his team on this offensive set. Hester with the finish there, the mid-range jumper, and the Tornadoes now up by 9. Three-pointer here the other way from Weehee, no good. Offensive rebound, but then a foul, and that'll send Wagoner to the line. Foul on Carnes. 9-point lead for the NATOs. Free throw there, no good. That's just the second miss by a Wildcat at the charity stripe in 22 attempts. They've been outstanding from the line as Wagoner's able to split a pair there. Tornadoes done nice down the stretch here. Till that free throw, we're outscoring the Wildcats 9-3 over the last 2 minutes or so. But then an offensive foul as the Tornadoes are trying to get the inbounds going. The Randolph full court pressure pays off. And it'll be Randolph ball underneath off of the offensive foul. Foul was on Charles Reed, his third. And a turnover by Randolph. Offensive foul. So trading offensive fouls. Davis with the foul. And now Randolph will set up in their full court press once again, see if the Tornadoes can break it. Here's Hester. And another whistle and another offensive foul. So we've seen 3 offensive fouls in less than 10 seconds. So an 8-point lead for the Tornadoes. Randolph inbounding again. Three-pointer from way downtown completely misses. That was Timothy James Jr. And now a timeout by Randolph with 1:49 to play in the second half. Tornadoes 80, Wildcats 72. Update from Brevard College football. Tornadoes 17, NC Wesleyan 16. And that's pending an extra point for the Bishops. So we might be all knotted up at 17 before we know it. 6:31 to play here in the third quarter. Tornadoes took the lead on a Ethan Beamish to Zachary Orr touchdown pass. Must-win situation for the Nados. They win against NC Wesleyan. That'll force a matchup at Maryville next weekend. Right here at the Bosch, the Tornadoes lead the Wildcats 80-72 in the season opener for both these teams. Brevard College men's soccer will be getting started at 3 p.m. A lot going on here in the land of the Nados. Volleyball also in action on the road at William Peace. Brevard College cycling about to hit the road for the Mountain Bike National Championships. So 1:49 to play, 80-72. And KK Horton will try to inbound it to Reed. Phillips McCloyd got a hand on it for a moment now. Now a trap of Horton. Horton's able to find Reed. Nice job by those two. Beating that trap, beating that press. But then taken away there, the steal for the Wildcats. Then blocked by Wansley, but then the foul. Oh my, Wansley thought he had the block, but foul is called. And that'll send Phillips McCloyd to the free throw line. Wansley with 26 points. Phillips McCloyd with 22, pending these free throws. (80-72) your score. Final 93 seconds of this contest. Posner checks in for Hester. So it's Posner, Reed, Carnes, Wansley, and Horton on the floor for the Nados as Phillips McCloyd hits that for his 23rd point. Hester fouled out on that last foul, so that'll be it for Hester. 80-74, 6-point ball game. And a timeout for Brevard College. So Lee Burgess wants to talk it over. 1:33 to play here at the Bosch. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Glad you're able to join us. Season opener for the Tornadoes. Trying to secure this win. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Randolph, so free throws coming back the other way. Foul was on Veruso. And Charles Reed will step to the free throw line. If the Tornadoes protect the basketball and make free throws down the stretch here, they will come away with a season-opening victory. Reed. Free throw up is good. Charles Reed, senior from Concord, North Carolina, J. Robinson High School. Tremendous career here at Brevard College. Second free throw's up and good as well. Lead back to 8. And a whistle underneath. And this will be free throws once again for Randolph. This last minute or so seems like it's taken an eternity, the amount of whistles we've had on both sides. And very well, this game may be decided at the free throw line. Another make there for Phillips McLeod. And Phillips McLeod with another basket, 26 points for Phillips McLeod. And Phillips McLeod almost coming up with a remarkable steal as KK Horton was trying to inbounds it. A lot of discussion, both benches on their feet. And then a foul is going to send the Tornadoes back to the free throw line. Foul was on Veruso. That's his fourth. And Charles Reed will head back to the line. Free throw up and no good. See members of the William Peace men's soccer team here at the Bosch. Interesting way to prepare for the USA South Conference Championship. I guess that's one way to stay loose and not get in your head too much. Watch a little USA South basketball. Tornadoes up by 7. Three-pointer there is no good. But then a late whistle as Wansley is going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be 3 shots for Phillips McLeod. Oh my. That was a very late whistle. Wansley can't believe it. The Tornadoes faithful here at the Bosch can't believe it. And Phillips McLeod will head back to the free throw line and just keep on adding to his totals. Now 27 points. Second free throw is good as well. Now a third free throw on its way. It's good. $83-79, 117 to play. Stolen by Randolph. Phillips McLeod on the move, and the bucket. It's a 2-point ball game here at the Bosch. Now some discussion at the scorer's table. Making sure everybody's got the totals right here. 83-81. 1:06 to play. Reed trying to break the press himself, pushes ahead to Posner. Relentless defense on this pressure from Randolph. Wansley able to keep it alive and find KK Horton. Horton draws the foul, and Horton will be rewarded with free throws. Randolph has really slowed this game down, turned it into a battle of free throws down the stretch here, and it's paid off for the most part. 83-81. Wild affair. Randolph led by as many as 9. Brevard led by as many as 15 in the second half. Now KK Horton at the line. First free throw from Horton's good. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded there by Phillips McLeod. Phillips McLeod on the move. And Posner able to draw the offensive foul. Big time play by Jeremy Posner, getting position. And the offensive foul, it'll be Tornado ball. Tornadoes lead in by 3. Horton inbounds it to Wansley. Wansley trapped, steal by Randolph. Three-pointer is good from the corner. Timothy James Jr. And just like that, we are tied up at 84. Oh my. (84-84). Oh my, the Wildcats have worked their way all the way back. Got to hand it to them. This full court pressure, this trapping defense, fouling the Tornadoes, sending them to the line, making free throws of their own, and then that three-pointer by Timothy James Jr. has tied us up at 84. Down to the final 30 seconds. All tied up at 84. And a foul there on Randolph. Wansley's going to head to the free throw line. And actually no foul is called there. I was sure that was a foul. A ton of contact. But just side out for the Tornadoes. And I think head coach Lee Burgess might have thought the same thing the way he was discussing things with the referee. So down to the final 23 seconds. A difference of 8 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Reed. KK Horton for 3. No good, but a foul away from the ball. And we'll see what the call is. The foul is a push by Randolph's Amari Gorham on Jeremy Posner under the basketball. Loose ball foul as the two players were fighting for the rebound here with 9 seconds to play. Posner to the line, tie game. Posner misses the front end of the 2 free throws. Both teams in the double bonus. 9.3 seconds left to play. Big opportunity here for the NATOs. Posner, free throw up and no good. Missed them both. Randolph, final 8 seconds. Up ahead. And KK Horn makes a stop at the basket. Desperation three's no good. We're heading to overtime here at the Bosch, 84-84. A thriller here at the Bosch. And we'll head to overtime. Your score at the end of regulation, Brevard 84, Randolph 84. Stick with us. Overtime coming up next. Back here at the Bosch, we're heading to overtime in the season opener for both these teams, Randolph College and Brevard College. (84-84). NATOs and Wildcats. And a wide open slam dunk there by Gorham. .432 to play here. Overtime at the Bosch. Wildcats ahead 86-84. KK Horn with an answer. Nicely done. Layup along the left side. And out of bounds, a turnover for Randolph. So Tornadoes with an opportunity here, 86-86. Just over a minute has been played here in this overtime period. Wansley, Reed. Wansley once again. Wansley, the jumper along the baseline, no good. Pump fake there and a open jumper. And then Wansley making things difficult against Wagoner, but Wagoner now with 20 points in this contest. Phillips McLeod with 31. Carnes on the move. Finger roll, no good. Back the other way, Phillips McLeod. Pull up three. It's good. Oh boy. Phillips McLeod His fourth three-pointer, now 34 points to lead all scorers. And just like that, the Wildcats are up by 5 here in overtime. Carnes. Stolen there by Phillips McCloyd. And the finish. Phillips McCloy now with 36 points. And the Randolph bench erupts. A 9-2 run here in this overtime period by the Wildcats. And the Wildcats made the big run at the end of regulation, 12-4 in the final 2 minutes, now 9-2. You add those two together, a 21-6 run over the last 4.5 minutes dating back to that second half. Oh my. Randolph really got it done in that second half in a lot of ways. The full court pressure really slowing down the game. You know, there was a period there where there was a whistle every couple of seconds. Free throws, and they've made those free throws 28 of 30 from the line. It's 93%. And the Tornadoes, it's been a bit of an Achilles heel, especially when you compare those numbers to Randolph's 15 of 23 from the free throw line. But not out of it yet. Tornadoes need to generate some offense here. Trailing 93-86, a 7-point advantage. Need the mopping crew here. Little round of applause there for the moppers here. Appreciate their work. Meanwhile, here comes Brevard. Drew Smith on the move, and he's fouled. Drew Smith's been a real plus, no pun intended, in this one, plus 10 in the plus-minus category for the Tornadoes. So when he's been on the floor for roughly 20 minutes of this one, the Tornadoes with a 10-point advantage. Free throw's good. 6-point advantage. That free throw misses, rebounded by Phillips McCloyd. That remains Randolph basketball. Under 2 minutes to play. Wildcats up by 6. KK Horton with the rebound. Horton pushing the tempo. Finger roll is good. 4-point game. Nicely done, KK Horton. 93-89. Less than 90 seconds to play. NATO Nation getting the defense chant going. Three-pointer there, and then a foul underneath. Charles Reed can't believe it. And more free throws for Randolph. This will be their 31st and 32nd attempts from the free throw line. Tornadoes have had 23 free throw attempts. So Charles Reed fouls out with that last foul. So 2 players have fouled out for the Tornadoes, Hester and Reed. Meanwhile, free throw here is good by Wagoner. Can't emphasize it enough. Randolph's free throw shooting. Big difference maker in this one. 30 for 32 from the line. Tremendous stuff from the visitors from Lynchburg, Virginia. Here's Smith. Floater there is good. So that cuts it back to a 4-point advantage. 55 seconds left to play here in the overtime period. A trap from Carnes and Horan, but it will remain Randolph basketball. (95-91), Wildcats on top of the Tornadoes. Now I'd imagine Wildcats might be content chewing a little clock here. And he did it again. Who else? Phillips McCloyd, now 38 points. Wildcats up by 6. Tornadoes running out of time, just 31 seconds left to play. KK Horn trying to find an opening, able to split a couple defenders and finish. And a quick timeout by head coach Lee Burgess and the Tornadoes. 97-93 your score. It's been a thriller here at the Bosch on this season opener for both these teams. We're going to sign off very quickly after the conclusion of this game because USA South Conference men's soccer kicks off at 3 p.m., so we're going to have to mobilize pretty quickly over to Islamel Family Field. Encourage you to go to bctornadoes.com if you want the full statistical recap. All the box score and information will be there. What a afternoon here at the Bosch. And Tornadoes not out of it yet, trailing by 4 with 25 seconds left to play. Shot clock is off. So, you know, typically what you would see in this situation, Tornadoes will go for a quick steal. If they don't get it, we'll foul right away. And then we'll very likely it'll come down to Randolph free throws once again. And that's not trending in the best direction if you ask the Tornadoes faithful. 32 attempts, 30 makes for Randolph from the free throw line. So Tornadoes trying to get that quick steal. And Randolph's able to break the press, now push it ahead, and the finish, the slam dunk by Wagoner. Oh my. Really well done there by Randolph breaking the press. And now the Tornadoes down to their final 15 seconds. Tornadoes trailing by 6. Three-pointer there, no good, and that should just about do it as Randolph secures the rebound, and you got to hand it to the Wildcats. They were trailing by as many as 15 in that second period and have come all the way back and now have an opportunity at the free throw line to hit the century mark. They forced overtime with a 12-4 run at the end of the second period and then really made things happen at the beginning of that overtime with a 9-2 run. And they have gotten it done at the free throw line. Now 31 of 33, 100 points for the Wildcats. Well, Tornadoes, what an effort. Big time performance at times, but just couldn't finish this one off. Brennan Wansley with 26 points, KK Horn with 14, Carnes with 12, and Hester with 10. But Randolph takes this win 97-93 at the Bosch in the season opener for both teams. Well, hope to see you on this YouTube channel as the Tornadoes men's soccer team will be the next ones showcased here on the campus of Brevard College as they go for the USA South Conference Championship. For all of us here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, special thanks to Andy Farringer, Sharif Pennington, Aisha Short, KJ Henderson, Sports Information Director Joseph Marvin, and a cast of thousands. And thank you, NATO Nation, for tuning in. Your final score for the final time, Wildcats 101, Tornadoes 93 in overtime. Go Tornadoes.